Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for coming by the channel once again to see some more Captain Tsubasa Dream Team. I'm the homie Nako bringing you, in this video, an analysis regarding the new Brazil players that just came out. Two of them, that's Casagrande and I think it was Alberto or something like that. Anyway, they are from, you can guarantee one of the two. Well, we'll get into that, okay? But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys very much for the support. I do appreciate it. We're inching every bit closer to that 1,000. So I thank you guys so much for trying to make this possible. And for those of you that still haven't subscribed, come on, man. Hook it up. Hook it up. All right, here we go. So this is one of the accounts also that I'll be doing in a giveaway. You know, it's not bad. Not bad. Something, a pretty decent base to work with. And right now we're at 1,709 dream balls. So we're going to guarantee the Misugi in this account as well. Okay. And I'll pull after we go over the Brazilian players, which isn't going to take too long, I don't think. All right. Here we go. So these are the ones right here. Oh, no. This one right here. Okay. So, one guaranteed out of the two players that are just released. We have, it is Alberto, blue, agility type, defender only, or Casagrande, green, skill type, defender only as well. Now, very interesting because Alberto is really good, I think. Look at those numbers, watch. 41 and 33, 38 and 32. Ooh, I don't like this, but Casagrande is interesting. But he's not, and we'll get into that. Okay, so check this out. Okay, where's this for? 39 and 32, 41 and 33. I remember the other guy. Who was the other guy? Misugi. 44 and 35. So you see, when you're asking me, some people are sometimes asking me to create a, what's it called? How do I do that? We're asking me to create like a tier list or whatever. Well, just know that this is extremely high, and this is probably the best you could get for a defender at the moment. 44k and 35k, that's really high. So when you're doing a comparison and you see that Ishisaki 39 and 32, right, he's a little bit lower, and then this guy's at 41 and 33. But also, of course, it's always going to be dependent on your team. And not only that, you have to pay attention to the bond activation skills. Now, here's the interesting thing about that, okay? Because I see that a lot of you guys have been pulling for the Inter Milan transfer. However, some of the teams that I see that are being put together, in some cases, I saw one person had like all three of the players in the same team, but not a single one of the three had their bonds activated. I mean, that's cute. You have an all-Japanese team, but an all-Japanese team is not going to activate Ishisaki's bond with the three blue club players necessary. And for Aoi, you need at least 3 green club players. So unless you've been playing for a minute and you happen to have some of the Japanese players from the J League that might have some sort of use at this stage of the game, then maybe. Otherwise, I find it very difficult for you to activate those bonds, at least for the time being right now. And here's the thing too, we think that there's going to be a second month of anniversary like it used to be before the anniversary was changed due to the change in the World Cup schedule. You know, because it's been all Japanese players, unless they're making a change in direction now where like the Japanese anniversary will be OP Japan players, even though not all of them have been OP, but still. Well, Misugi is, Matsuyama is, Genzo is, obviously, so. Maybe they change it so that, okay, 1 month of Japanese players for the Japan anniversary, and then for the world anniversary, the global anniversary, the rest of the world players. I don't know. They used to give us a lot of banners, and we'd be like, oh my god, Caleb, why are you giving me so many banners, dude? I can't pull. Well, obviously, it's never the intent for you to pull on all of them. But people would complain, right? And now that we've been getting only a little bit of transfers, people are like, hey man, what's up with the transfers? Where's the rest of them? Dude, we can never be happy. I know. But anyway, interesting with these players because I don't know Well, let's check it out. Look. So Alberto's powerful. Casagrande is pretty good too. However, let's start with Casagrande then, okay? Casagrande right here, very good on defense. Very nice and physical. He's still around what the average has been at 32-ish or whatever. Remember, I was always complaining that a lot of them were not even at 30K. So this is good to see. The pass is decent. This is crazy. Penalty area master plus 50 when inside the penalty. However, this becomes very situational sometimes, so it becomes kind of difficult. And then the thing is that if the meta is going to change so that Genzo's counter is coming, you have to think that Genzo's counter is going to be a red something. Right now, I can score with Margus, DC Margus. But, you know, there's got to be a red Japanese player that's going to be stronger than DC Hyuga that's going to come as a counter for Genzo. And this guy, being a skill type, is not necessarily going to be the best defender of that counter. So it's very difficult to suggest pulling for Casagrande. Now, here's the weird part to me, okay? I don't know if the justification for this is the fact that he gets a big boost in the penalty area. Otherwise, he has absolutely nothing else. Okay? I don't like the activation requirements, but it's something that you could use. Now, here's the thing, okay? It's my understanding that there's going to be a game mechanic that's coming in, and in that game mechanic, there will be the ability to boost up your bonds and stuff like that, or activate the bonds with players from your bench and players that you simply own and are not on your bench. But not too many details have been given out other than that's something that's coming. Now, I don't know if that means that, like, let's say, for example, any bond will activate from the players that you select as long as there's the players in the field, or will it activate if also they're on the bench, or does it just mean that it activates 11 in total and then includes, I don't know, but it's supposed to be some kind of mechanic where it's going to include not just the bonds from the players on the field. And that's why we've been getting some weird bond abilities, especially the shields, because the shields have never really been a bond item before. It's always been just a shield, right? Now the bond now you have to meet certain conditions to activate the shields. So, but then there was another thing too that came up. I think I saw this on a video that Steiner, STNER, was explaining in Spanish. And I think I saw somebody else make a mention of this, where apparently it looks like there's going to be a feature where you'll be able to bring in hidden skills from another card to a card like this that has empty slots. I don't know how much validity there is to that or how exactly it will work. I don't know if that means if that's something that's going to happen. Does that mean that it only comes, I would imagine that it has to come from a player that has the same name, right? So it's the same character. So apparently that's the reason why this one might be left like this, so that you could, you know, have all that freedom to toy around with it or whatever. But I don't know. But for the time being, this is tripping me out, and I don't want to pull and end up getting stuck with him. And then if that feature that I mentioned, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But if it's not true, I don't know. Then this guy would straight up just be a bond character on the bench or whatever, you know. He's almost like a consolation for, if you're gonna pull the 50 paid, it's like if you're pulling for this guy, and this guy ends up being, I think, maybe a little bit stronger than Owaidan. But even then, with Owaidan, for the team that I have set up, I almost feel more comfortable and better using the debuff one, the gacha one. Because of Inside Master, you know. So let's check it out, right? This one, you see, blocking, they're almost the same, but the gacha one is stronger in block and in power. What the DC one makes up for here in tackle and technique and speed and intercept, yes, it's higher. But again, with the Inside Master that this guy has right here at 50%, he goes really, really high, and he's very good. Plus, if there is going to be a red Japanese counter coming for Genzo, having Inside Master plus 50%, and also he comes with Japanese Player Killer at plus 30%. So I think that the debuff for Whiteon is going to be more valuable than the DC one. So keep that in mind when the counter comes around. But anyway, so here's this one then. In terms of stats, he's practically identical to DC or Wyden, except that he has a much higher block stat. Interceptions, okay. You know, he's cool. He's cool. So I think he's worth it for sure. This Alberto. However, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the bond conditions, but I might pull for him after all. Because now that I think about it, well, this is going to be good too. You see, Japanese player killer, and he's blue. You see, so that red Japanese player counter for Genzo is coming. There you go. So I might end up pulling for this guy after all. Because I was thinking, I don't really have any Latin and North American players that I'm using in my current team setup. Because I switched things around since I got DC Margus. And so I'm not really using DC Natureza with SDF Santana anymore. Because, well, they're not going to be capable of scoring on Genzo consistently. So I have to make use of Margus. So I changed everything. However, because I do have a lineup where I have Rivaul. And with Rivaul, I just use them to stamina drain. So, I might pull for this guy and take the risk. But, let me see how much time I have. 3 days. Oh, man. Well, I'll think about it. I'll probably pull it out on my main. But, is he worth it? He's good. He's powerful. However, 50 Dream Balls, well, that just really depends on whether you can fit him into your team or not. You know. And kind of what I have going on, I think I do want to pull for this Alberto after all, because I think I do need more blue defenders that are not club types. That's what I'm struggling with right now. He might come in handy for me, so I might pull. But the last time I pulled for Tiger Braun, I got burned and got what's-his-face, Goth instead. So I don't know that I want to spend 50 Dream Balls right here. I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, let's go ahead and proceed with some pulls here on this account. I don't think, oh yeah, I do have some tickets. Oh, I do have some tickets. Okay. Let's put on these tickets first, and then we'll do the 6 steps to guarantee Misugi. And then I got a Ricardo en Español, and then I got a Javier. Ooh. Oh, I am getting something. All right. My bad, y'all. Just that I'm, you know me. Ooh. Nice. Nice. All right. All right. This account is getting a lot cuter all of a sudden. My bad. I guess like I said, I'm pressed for time. I was supposed to start recording a little bit sooner, but I started farming the accounts instead. I shouldn't have done that. And I think going forward, that's one of the things I got to do. I have to farm less accounts. I'd like to farm a lot of them so that I can have plenty to give away during anniversaries. But it's starting to get too time consuming. It's getting in the way of me wanting to record videos and stuff like that. So, because I'm more worried and concerned about farming the accounts. And then I'll tell you guys later on a separate video one of the big mistakes that I made on one of the accounts, because I'm managing too many things. So, no, I need to give my brain cells a rest. So I'm gonna farm less accounts. That's all I'm saying. That's time. All right. Not a second one, but it's all right. Let's give us the Misugi already here, so I can stop already. Not even for the skill anymore. New face block is everywhere. Alright, come on, 50%. I'm pretty sure you hooked me up here because it's not my main account. I already know you. Uh-oh, black letters and then the green flares. Okay, memories, I guess. I still don't think it's going to be the 50%. You see, I knew it. The 50% didn't come through. The 6% did. You 50%. I knew you wouldn't do anything. That's funny. Aren't they gifting all of these guys already? In the Inter medals or something? Boop. Black letters. Come on, man. Give me that Misugi. Yeah. Wow, okay. I would have liked to have gotten that Aoi on my main account because he's a debuffer, and that would have probably served what I'm trying to put together to maximize my efforts with DC Margus against Jinzer. Okay. Says 30% chance for a new player, but it didn't seem favorable. Seemed like I'm just gonna get a regular SSR, but I guess we'll see. Aww. Well, at least we get the Misugi up next. Aww. Well, almost. Oh yeah. Clear up all that space, homie. That's right. Alright, well, here we go. Ooh, I wonder which Misugi we're gonna get. Ah, just one. Which Misugi do we gonna get? Alright. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, cool. That's the end of this video. Thank you guys very much for coming by. Let me know if you decided to pull on the Brazilian players or not. And then be sure to please like, comment, and subscribe and come back for more. And as always, please, let's remember to practice kindness. Let's be respectful. Let's be responsible. Let's be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Much love and peace. Till the next one.